Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a wear test of the Fenty Wear Even Hydrating Concealer. This concealer retails for 46 Australian dollars and it's available at Sephora and also on the Fenty.com website, and it comes in 50 shades. Fenty called this the ultimate makeup meets skincare hack. The claims of the product are that it's a buildable medium coverage with a natural second skin finish, extreme longwear formula that resists creasing, fading, sweat and humidity. It contains skin-loving ingredients that are supposed to hydrate, brighten, improve dark circles and puffiness instantly and throughout up to 12 hours of wear. This is also supposed to continue to improve with consistent use. It won't settle into fine lines or accentuate skin texture. It's transfer proof and waterproof. They promise no flashback, and it's also supposed to be non-comedogenic. The packaging of the product is quite nice. It's, very Fenty. It's pretty funky, some nice clean angles there. The doe foot is flat and flexible, so it's nice and soft when you're applying it to your skin. It also has a bit of an angle to it, which is it's just one of those small things that makes applying it to your face that tiny bit nicer. I'm applying a very small amount of this product to half of my face just so you can see the difference, and I feel like the biggest difference is seen in my under eye area with this concealer. It definitely does help to mute down some redness on my cheeks though, which I really enjoy. I spent a really long time color matching for this shade because there are so many shades in the range. However, I'm glad that I did because I feel like I picked a shade that is pretty close to perfect for me. In saying that, I do think that the formula is a little bit forgiving. They say it's a buildable medium coverage. I use it more as a light coverage, but it's definitely buildable, and they also say it has a natural second skin finish, which I totally agree with. The way this applies to the skin and blends out is beautiful, and it does have that seamless kind of feel to it. So I'm finishing this look by setting one side of my face and leaving the other side unset, just so I can see how each side wears throughout the day. Here we are at about the 4 hours of wear mark, and I'm looking at the side of my face that was unset, and I am seeing a little bit of creasing in those fine lines under my eyes, which I completely expected. They do claim that this won't settle into fine lines or accentuate skin texture. I think it does accentuate skin texture to a degree if you already have it. When it comes to settling into fine lines, it's not actually settling into them. It's not creating little rivers of product. It's more that it appears that it's separating. However, I've found that if I just blend over it with the same brush that I use to apply it, no extra product, it softens that separation up. As for the side that's set, it looks exactly the same as it did when I applied it. Here we are at 10 hours of wear. So the claim about it being extreme longwear formula that resists creasing, fading, sweat and humidity, I think that applies mostly to it being set. If it's not set, you still do get those benefits, but I would say that the creasing it's really going to depend on how severe your lines are. So if you don't have any lines, but you do have drier skin, this is a beautiful concealer. However, if you do have lines, whether they be fine or a bit more deep set, it's something to keep in mind that if you're going to wear this and you're hoping not to set it, I would just say be prepared to gently touch it up every few hours. And not necessarily with more product, just with whatever you applied it with, your fingers, a brush, a sponge. Now, they don't specify exactly what skin-loving ingredients are supposed to be effective at targeting these specific issues that they mention. I did have a look at the ingredient list. I do not want to pretend that I know all of the things about ingredients. I absolutely do not. I do know that there is sodium hyaluronate in there. It's very low on the list though. Personally, I don't really care too much about makeup products having skincare claims. If they do have good ingredients in there that can benefit the skin, that's fantastic. All I really care about is that it looks good on my skin, but I really do take these claims with a huge grain of salt. And as for it being transfer proof and waterproof, hopefully this footage will answer that for you. So I've been wearing this for 10 hours and I feel like I'm pretty confident that I'm at the point where I know how it wears, not to mention that I've been using this concealer quite consistently for a few weeks now. Around the eyes where I didn't set, we did see at the first check-in there was some settling into the fine lines, and once I sort of blended that out it looked a little bit better, and I don't feel like it's changed a whole lot since then. The side where I powdered is perfect. It hasn't moved. It's worn beautifully and I have absolutely no complaints about it. Where I put the foundation on other areas of my face, mostly just to dull down some of that redness that I knew would shine through my foundation when I put it on. I do have some oil production coming through. So I placed it in my T-zone knowing that that's a problem area for me with redness. And obviously a T-zone is where you're going to get oily first. Now, I don't produce a whole lot of oil. If you had oily skin and you're going to try this out and use it in an area where you do know that you produce a lot of oil, then it may degrade faster or different to how it has on my face. I would actually say that it hasn't really degraded at all. My dog wants attention. It's more that it has like slipped into my fine lines and my texture from where I had, like I've got acne scars. But it's really not that bad. I've seen so much worse. I think it's a really nice concealer. I would definitely say that if I could ask anything of it, it would be slightly more coverage, but not a whole lot more. I know that I can go in with a second layer of this for more coverage, but also I personally find that because it is a hydrating formula and if you put on too much at once, it moves a lot more. So for me, the thinner the layer that you put on, the better results you get. And if I do want more coverage, if I really feel like I need it, because there are certainly days that I need it, whereas today I would consider it, you know, a standard skin day, then I'll go in with a tiny bit more, but again, a really thin layer. And that's like across the board with any makeup that you put on your face. The thinner the layers, the better it's gonna look and the longer it's gonna last. So this was definitely a stab in the dark product for me. I bought it not knowing much about it and was just like, let's give it a go. I need concealer. And I'm really enjoying it. I think this will be one that continues to get used for quite some time, but I am actually going to move on to the Natasha Denona High Glam next and give that one just as good of a shot as I've given this one. So if you guys have tried this out, let me know what your thoughts are down in the description, in the comments section. Also feel free to let me know what your favorite concealer is, especially if you use it under the eyes, you have fine lines and dry skin and it still works elsewhere on your face. If it ticks all of those boxes for you, let me know what it is, because I am certainly still on the hunt for some fantastic concealers. I want to say a massive thank you to my channel members. I appreciate you guys so much, and I appreciate you all for joining me today. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.